Hey everybody, it's Never in the Torrent hot tub. At least I think it's a hot tub. Maybe it's not. This could be anything, quite honestly. It's Darkmoon Faire time, as evidenced by the Darkmoon Faire stuff on the map. So, if you're going to do Darkmoon Faire and you're Horde, which I think you ought to be, you're going to teleport to Thunder Bluff. Before you go down there to the Darkmoon Faire, make sure you walk over here and talk to this Tauren right here, the blue, and pick up some simple flour. See, I've already got some because I'm way planned ahead. So then after that, we're going to go down here and fly into the Darkmoon Faire. So what I wanted to talk about today was the pets that you really want to start getting and where to get them to get so that you can do the dailies that'll level your pets quickly. And then from there, you can work on leveling up the pets you need for the Celestial Tournament. See, it's all connected. It all makes a lot of sense. Look at this guy. He's just... Oh, he's level 66. No wonder he's running away from me. Actually, I think it's a girl. Oh, another trick is if it's Darkmoon Faire time, you can just kind of run right on down here and see if Moonfang has spawned. Moonfang is not spawned. Moonfang is like the coolest thing ever. Well, it's maybe not even the coolest thing ever, but it's... Aww. It's pretty good. So, the pets that you want to get, I'm going to list them in the order that I think you kind of want to try to get them. The most important ones first, and then other ones a little later. So the first one you want to get your hands on, let's sort these by level, shall we, is the Anubisath Idol. He is awesome. Absolutely amazing. You can get him from AQ40, the Temple of Ankh-Kiraj, from the Twin Emperors. Most level 90s can solo the fight if you put out any decent amount of damage, so don't feel like you gotta bring friends for that. And there's some other stuff you can do in there, but that's the first one that you're gonna want to get. The next thing you're gonna want to get is an Emerald Proto-Whelp. And he's right down here. He's really great. He comes... Oh, I can't even... Okay, let's... you get him in Northrend, up in Sholazar Basin, up here in the Savage Thicket where everything's on fire, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where you get him. Yup, that's where you get him. So, there's that one. The next one that I think you really ought to get is the Darkmoon Tonk. You get it from the Darkmoon Faire, which is part of the reason that I'm here. You get that and a couple other Darkmoon stuff from the vendors over here in the Darkmoon Faire. Go past all these freaky carnies and then past all of these people that are going to rip you off. And it's right here. You get the Tonk right there. He's really useful. He's got some great abilities. So after that, you want to get yourself an Electrified Razortooth. Now the Electrified Razortooth lives up here on the Isle of Thunder. See, it's one of these. They're just up in the water. He spawns all over the place. He's easier to find than a decent Thundertail Flapper. Okay, so after that, the next thing you're going to want to get yourself is a Alpine Foxling. Oh man, I love these. They're all over, up in Kunlai, right around here. You'll find a bunch of them. They're wonderful. He can take the place of a lot of other pets in various strategies. The next one is probably the Darkmoon Zeppelin. Just because you're going to be working on other Darkmoon stuff. He's really necessary, but I'd get the Tonk first because he's more useful in a wider variety of fights. After that, you're going to want to get, this is one of the hard ones, a Clockwork Gnome. If you don't want to farm archaeology forever to get him, you should probably just buy him on the auction house. He really is that worthwhile. He fits into a lot of strategies super well, and there's some of the more legendary pets that are hard to beat without him, so I'd really recommend spending the money on him if you don't have him already. Next, you need a flyer that has liftoff. I use my Cenarian Hatchling. If you don't have that, there's a bunch of moths that have something similar called Cocoon Strike, but I like liftoff because it hits like a freaking truck. And this combination of stuff that he's got is just really nice. But there's other alternatives. Just as long as it's a flyer with liftoff, you should be good for most of the strategies that call for a moth or for something that flies with liftoff. I think the Wild Hammer hatchling is a good option, and you can find one of... Whoa, how'd I get there? Wild Hammer hatchling lives up in... where is that place? Twilight Highlands. They're like around here somewhere. There they go. I swear they're like around here somewhere is where you can find them. Anyway, yeah, just look it up on the pet thing if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's one of the ones you really want to get. The next one you really want to get, do we have Moonfang up yet? No. Look at that thing barfing. That's great. Oh, I need to get these. Awesome. Okay, the next thing you want to get is some sort of water strider. My water strider here, I named him Arnold because he has an ability called Pump, and he gets pumped up. Any water strider is going to have Water Jet, Cleansing Rain, and Pump, and those are always going to be the ones you use. The other abilities are crappy. So to get him, he's on Pandaria. There's a bazillion of them all over this place. It really doesn't matter which one you get. I've heard that the Eternal Strider is slightly better, but I've never had a problem with my normal one that is kind of crappy. After that, you want to get yourself a Chrominius. Chrominius drops in Blackwing Lair from the boss that looks like this. He's the next to the last boss. After that, you want a Rapana Whelk if you can find one. That's like the best snail, but there's any snail will do. They just have a nice set of abilities. It's actually just these top three. And you need him for the Thundering Pandaren Spirit. So he's not that big of a deal. The next one that's not so big of a deal is a Tranquil Mechanical Yeti. And you can get him from a quest in Winterspring. He's easy to get, but you've got to use a stone to turn him purple. Some of these are purple, some blue. You got to use a stone to turn some of these blue. That's why it's a long-term investment. Finally, you want to get a Pandaren Water Spirit. Find a way to beat the Pandaren Spirits with 3 of your own pets that are leveled up instead of trying to carry someone, just so that you can beat the quest once. The first time you beat it, you get to choose one of the things to have. Choose the water one. Please choose the water one, and if you didn't, then just go buy one. Except for the Clockwork Gnome, this is probably the most useful pet to buy, is the Pandaren Water Spirit. Especially once you start doing Celestial Tournament and you want to do Beasts of Fable, this guy and Chrominius are absolutely invaluable, and I'll show you how to do those guys a little later, but it's just super, super good. So those are the pets that I'd start off with. We got like 12 or 13 of them there. And once you get those guys up, then you're going to want to look for strategies on the Celestial Tournament and see which ones you're missing, and then go work on those. But that'll be the quickest way to get you where you need to be to really start making a push for Celestial Tournament. And remember, first time you do Celestial Tournament, you're guaranteed to get one of the pets. So the reason we had that simple flower is from this guy's quest. We come here and get the frog thing or something, whatever, and let's make a campfire. Do I even have that? I don't even have the campfire ability on my bars. I know I've got to be able to make a campfire. What in the world? Oh, here it is. Cooking fire. Oh, wait. No. Here's another cool trick. Little Ragnaros. If you're going to buy a pet from the pet store, he's probably the best one. Not because of this, but just in general. But he is also... He also doubles as a cooking fire, which is just wonderful. Alright, now we're going to toss these frogs, which we breaded with this simple flour. We're going to toss them all in here. Okay, and we're going to turn this in. Huzzah! Now one thing you'll notice is you get a +5 to your skills when you do these quests. So if you've got skills that are like almost leveled up, then you see I just actually finished cooking. It is so much easier to just wait and do the Darkmoon Faire than it is to actually go and spend 1,000,000 gold on getting mats to level the professions up. So do it the lazy way if you don't need your profession at max right now, and it'll save you a lot of time. Anyway, one last thing before we go. You got the pets you needed. You learned how to do some sneaky stuff with professions in the Darkmoon Faire. The next thing is Moonfang. So there's a spot back here by these injured guys or whatever. Over here on the island, and you can run up here because the where you res is back there, and this way you can go through and it'll get you over to where Moonfang spawns real quick. Instead of having to go all the way down and around here, you can go through there. Moonfang spawns after you kill a bunch of wolves and then a bunch of like meaner wolves, and then it spawns right over here. In fact, here's some of the wolves. You kill the little ones first, then the big ones come out and you kill them, and then big old Moonfang comes out. Moonfang looks kind of like what I'm riding right now, but without all the armor. And if you kill Moonfang, you have a chance to get some cool items. One of them is this really awesome pet wolf called Moon. And if you're unfamiliar with the Moon meme, I suggest going to knowyourmeme.com and looking it up, because it's actually kind of funny. So, that's some of the basics of the Darkmoon Faire, and that's the pets you want to start off getting. And, oh, I almost forgot. I guess I should show you a strategy for how to beat the guy at the Darkmoon Faire with all of his pets and stuff, because that would be a useful thing to know. So, let's get over there and I'll show you how to beat that guy. Okay, for this guy I'm actually just going to run a full team of mechanical pets. These three that we mentioned, the Darkmoon Zeppelin, Darkmoon Tonk, and Clockwork Gnome. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 1, 1.
What can I do for you? We are bound by a common enemy.
I need a game token. If you don't have game tokens, you can come over to this guy and buy some.
Yeah, what
and of course, you can only buy 5 at a time, so you're going to throw 4 of them away. Or you could go right on the carousel, which is actually a pretty smart idea, because it gives you some XP.
I got a bad feeling.
Alright. So, for this first guy, he's weak against us, so we're simply going to shoot him in the face with missiles. Over and over again. The real secret to figuring this stuff out is figuring out what's a pet that their abilities are weak against you and your abilities are strong against them. Because a lot of times you'll have a pet of one type, but he has abilities for another type, and those combinations are where it starts to really get interesting. Also, mechanical pets are kind of overpowered because they come back to life. So that's nice. Alright, since we're almost dead here, it's going to be a good idea. He's going to do his little, oh, don't worry, we'll come back. And we'll have a decoy up, so we'll have a couple of rounds here. So, I'm going to fire 1 missile. And then his attack will be blocked. And then I'm going to not take any chances and blow this thing up in his face. But don't worry. I'm going to bring out the Clockwork Gnome next, because we're going to be setting up for the monkey. The monkey is the worst with this guy. So we're just going to continue to punch it in the face. See, it actually does have a face, that bird face right there. We'll punch it one more time, and then it's actually going to come back and haunt us a little bit. That was mean. So now we're going to start building turrets up since this thing's almost dead. And one more punch should take him out. And then we've got a turret on the monkey right when he comes out. This is important because you will hate this monkey so much. Because he stuns you, and then it's like 5 or something rounds before you can do anything. But since he's stunned, I'm just going to bring someone else out and repay the favor. This ability's got a chance to stun. So we're just going to unload all kinds of firepower on this stupid monkey. There we go. Even if you didn't stun him, you'd still have a pretty decent output of damage because of that turret. And then we're just going to use Ion Cannon and finish the monkey off. if you're not lucky with the monkey, this guy might die, but then you just bring your gnome back in and finish him off, and you're usually going to be okay if you do that. So we've got all this stuff that we got from him, and we'll open the magic bag, and I really just got a bunch of stuff I don't need. See, look at this stuff. What in the world good does this do? Groom my pet? I don't know. Somebody might like that, but I don't get it. Look at all these kids. Look how dirty this place is. Jeez, somebody needs to clean this place up. Alright, so that's some stuff about Darkmoon Faire and pets and whatnot. I hope you love it. Remember to subscribe and like the video and share it with your friends so that we can all have celestial pets and be pet buddies and stuff. Okay, thanks, bye.